Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Danae, and I'm here with a message for you. Now, today, as I mentioned yesterday, is the day that I'm going to speak briefly about the full moon coming up in Leo, okay? So, as usual, the first will be the message, the second will be the reading. It will be time stamped in the comments and also in the description box. So, be free to move around as you choose to do so, okay? So without further ado, we're not going to waste any time today. This is the full moon in Leo message, okay? So the full moon in Leo is set for January 25th, 2024, around 12:54 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the wolf moon, and what that symbolizes is deep self-reflection, okay? Now, with the full moon in Leo, we're looking at fifth house energy. That's the house of pleasure, self-expression, drama, creativity, color, attention, romance, fun, and play. Simply put, this transit can support the enlightenment of what may need to be released to make room for more of any and all of the aforementioned elements. So any of all of those things that you might need a little bit more of. Consider the sun, Leo's ruling life force, for the ultimate inspiration. In what ways do you shine naturally? Is it possible to enhance that brilliance honorably yet unapologetically? Is there an area where your light is a little bit dim? How can it brighten up, perhaps? Now, although we're all to be exposed to and influenced by Leo, which not only loves to take center stage, but also reserves the rights to be the main character in every storyline, the spotlight is to be focused within. The measure of how others perceive you or see you at all may actually be more limiting than it is liberating. The present matter at hand is what lights you up on the inside, what fills you with pleasure, creativity, romance, fun, play. Who do you get to be to do and have more of those things? Which of course leads to the consideration of what may need to be released with that same ambition. It's quite likely that that is also an inside job, which is why a moon transit such as this one can help recognize and release some of the illusions and delusions that hold back the coveted experience of living your best life. It's not exclusively what we've been told we are capable and worthy of that limits our self-realizations. It's what we make agreement with that ultimately becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. There is, in fact, nothing holding you back from shining in your own unique way, similar to how the sun does, even beyond the clouds. Seen or unseen, with or without an audience, it's time to be the star that you are. Now, with that being said, here are a couple of cosmic points to consider carefully. Emphasis on carefully. I'm not going to go too deep, but be very mindful because they are important. Number one, Pluto, which is newly entered into Aquarius, will oppose this full moon. Number two, Jupiter will intensely square it. Now, to sum it up, the best recommendation I have to offer in light of these aspects is stay in your lane. There's no traffic there. Avoid unnecessary competition driven by ego or by the temptation to flex just for fun. Focus on what you're famous for, with nothing to prove to anyone but yourself. Remember that all the world is a stage and everyone has their part after all. Okay? So that's the full moon in Leo message, again happening tomorrow at 125 at 12:54 p.m. Eastern Time. Govern yourselves accordingly. All right. Now, this is the full moon in Leo reading. Let's see what we have. Let's cut the cards a bit. I'm not going to waste any time on this one. I'm going to get in and get out. You know what? But what I haven't said, though, in the past couple of messages, and please charge it to my head and not my heart. Happy birthday, Aquarius. It is officially Aquarius season. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating this month, this season, even today. As a matter of fact, today is my niece/goddaughter's birthday, and she is indeed a dynamic Aquarius. So I hope that she's having a wonderful birthday today. Let's see what we got here. All right. One more. All right, here we go. Ooh, World card. That last cut was worth it, at least as far as we'll ever know, right? But the World card is a very strong way to start. This means that some really big cycles and seasons have been closed successfully, might I add, that they've come to a close and completion with no remnant or residue to carry over. It's like a fresh new start, fresh new beginning. A complete turnover of life force is underway. You may have finished a big project, maybe ended a relationship, and now you're single, ready to mingle. I don't know. It's about to be your single season. Maybe you are about to start a new relationship, as a matter of fact, and you're ending your single, ready to mingle season. There's that too. But there's something big that you have properly closed and you have closure with. And I would like to say it's an individual closure and a universal one with the world, because it's very centered, and the focus is very centered on some human being here. You know, she definitely has feminine attributes, but there's some human being here that is ready to move on. You know, as a matter of fact, by definition, this is an energy that's kind of stepping out of a confinement to some degree. It's like she's stepping out of that reef, maybe stepping out of sometimes I see the World card as like an arena, you know, so maybe you have kind of sewn up the competitive mindset of the old world, or at least your contribution to it, you know, your placement, your player is being like, your jersey's being retired in the, oh, that's interesting. Your jersey's being retired in the old world, and now you're moving on to, you know, some new experience or expression of life in a far, you know, not quite as limited. You know, and I'm not saying it to that point. Sometimes it can be a bit bittersweet, right, when athletes move on from the game that they love so much. But the other side is that you get to experience the aspects of life that you were restricted from, like an athlete that so-called is retired, or, you know, retired his jersey in some way. Now you get to spend more time with family or doing more leisure activities. You could play for fun. You don't have to play for keeps or for acknowledgement or for accolades and trophies and such. Like, life gets to be a little bit more easeful. That's what I'm feeling from this World card here. That's the cycle. The hard life has come to a close, and a closure and ending, and now it's, oh, that's cute. That's cute. So for some, it is the beginning of, so I've heard people say like my soft life season, or whatever the case, whatever that looks like for you. That's what this is. So we're releasing the hard life, and we're stepping into a softer experience of life. Perhaps just more sensational and satisfying, if nothing else. Okay? I like it. I like it a lot, and I'm going to take it out. I like it a lot. And that is the World card, if I'm not mistaken, is Saturn energy, so also Capricorn vibes with the 3D world. But don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure because I know Capricorn rules the 3D, well, Saturn rules the 3D experience. So it only makes sense to me that the World card is that, but I could be absolutely wrong. So, you know, forgive me if so. Either way, let's see what else we got here, okay? I'm not going to keep you long because I don't want to be kept long. How about that? Interesting. You see how that kind of flipped out, right? It was kind of like on the side. What's that about? Because that's definitely a struggle situation. Let me see what the Queen of Wands is looking at. Okay, got it. That's why it's struggling. Because this is some dark energy. Because the Queen of Wands is definitely Leo vibes. Oh, okay. So this is an energy of relentless opposition that would want to keep this cycle from closing and a new one beginning. That's what the struggle was. It's like somebody wants to infringe upon this soft life experience of moving forward to keep it in limbo, keep it stuck, keep it stagnant, and this is the energy by which they would like to do it. So appropriately placed in time for the new moon. But as you can see, it wasn't in reverse. It's in the struggle because it's going to be a struggle to do this, unbeknownst to whomever is intended upon it. It's actually going to probably backfire faster than when it's even expelled, if it hasn't been expelled already and if it hasn't backfired already. And the struggle is not for the intended target. It's the struggle to make a connection to the intended target, because as I started this by saying, those cycles are closed. We're done with this game here, okay? Where people have been trying to disrupt prosperity for others power, prosperity and power for others, creativity, still creativity, oppose the advancement of legacies and family and life as it has been already ordained to progress and evolve. These are the forces that have been working in the dark, you know, behind the scenes, under the surface, underground, underworld, all those types of unders and dark forces that are quite persistent and insistent on continuing to wreak havoc. It's just like, if only that energy would be invested in something more productive, say like the sun, like in the light, you know, because surely they too legit to quit, honey, but it's not the world, it's not the season for it anymore. That cycle has already been brought to a close. And this Queen of Wands coming out in the struggle position, and even the Ten of Pentacles, it's like the contention between the pure forces of this essence and the diabolical ones, like the tainted or mystical, maybe no, because mystical doesn't mean impure. You know, the Queen of Wands is mystical, but it's like the battle between yourself and your evil twin is the energy is giving me. You know, it's been this tug of war between those opposing forces that just want to siphon all of your identity from your very being and assume it for self. And it has come in forms of collaborative efforts such as family, friends, or people that have set out to work against your family and friend foundation, or even the possibility, the potential of building such a thing. And the Queen of Wands in the struggle, it's like literally been a head-to-head battle in the spirit more than in the physical. It's been playing out in the physical too, which is why the Ten of Pentacles is here. That struggle to even acquire material wealth and prominence, but it's more so been happening in the ethers. Like, it's been happening in the spirit world, beyond the places, and mystically, as I said, beyond the places that you can even tangibilize. I know that's not the word. Materialize, that forces have been like fighting for your attention, fighting for your creativity, fighting to dominate you, to subdue your creative force, and either, if not consume it and assume it for self, definitely to eliminate it from competition. Remember what I said at the end of my moon message, is that this is the end of this. Well, this honestly, case in point as to why I was in the struggle, and I said it's going to struggle, right? Because this is not the season to engage in unnecessary competition with anybody. It's not. Yes, it's a full moon. Yes, it's the first one we're having of the season, so forces may be quite ambitious to try to make something shake, because they want to harness the power of this energy to do so. But it's like, do y'all read the cosmic order at all? Like, do you read the cosmic magazine of what energies are in place, of what the alignments are? It's not the time to engage in impure competition with anyone. This is the time to create your own stage and rightfully stand upon it. It's the time to build your own audience, engage your own audience, your own tribe, to literally create your own tribe. It's not the time to be trying to take it from places that you don't have access or authority to enter, let alone to dominate. That's the pitfall of this transit and this season in general, and particularly with Pluto now in Aries. It's like the individual gets to shine amidst the crowd. There's no need, like I said, to stay in your own lane. There's no need for competition anymore. There never really was, but that was the propaganda that we all bought in on. We all believed it. But there never really was a necessity to compete against anyone or person or place or thing outside of just being your best self. You really refining your best qualities of creativity and self-expression, and committing to displaying that authentically, organically. So that's the struggle. Will they listen? Probably not. They probably already chanting, already spelling, already lighting candles, already, doing everything they possibly can. That matter of fact, that's probably the energy here with the Ten of Pentacles. It's like every trick in the book, trying to pull it out the bag. Yeah, with the Queen of Wands, every trick in the book, trying to capitalize off of this energy, when you don't even realize that it's like you can't undo what's already been done. And the World card leading here says that energy that you're trying to you're trying to manifest has already, how can I say it? What you're trying to bring to life has already expired. That seems so primitive to say it like that. It's so much more final than just an expiration date. It's like there's not even, it's not even on life support. Yeah, it's not even on life support anymore. And if it is, it's okay. I don't know why I'm getting this this vision. But it's like somebody being on life support, and it's like their body is here, like getting the news, unfortunately, and please forgive me if this is triggering, but this is just what I'm seeing. It's like getting the news that they'll still be able to breathe, with the support of the mechanics, the systems that almost do it for you. But even if they were to say become able to breathe on their own, they wouldn't have the functionality of their mind or their limbs. Like maybe they might quite honestly be a vegetable, to just say it plainly. It's like that type of energy. It's like trying to resuscitate something that there is no support to. Okay, there is no support for it to breathe, like for it to, what's the word? I'm looking for a word. I'll put it plainly. The energy that's trying to be projected against whatever the intended target may be, whether it's the Queen of Wands and some associate, or to the Queen of Wands and some, association, whatever it is, it doesn't land well there because the methods that are being used to project it are deceased. It's like when you're trying to project, this is perfect because it's in line with the transit. It's the Queen of Wands, Leo energy, right? It's like you're trying to project to someone their worthlessness, or that they're, they don't have what it takes, or their creativity is whack, or whatever it is that they've been working on is never going to succeed. Like these are the energies that may be coming your way, that may even feel like self-talk, and you're like, where the hell did that come from? These are the energies that would want to be projected towards you to absorb. Remember, I said it can only thrive through your agreement. But to a Queen of Wands, really, in the upright, it's like the struggle is that they still feel like that energy is still unsure of themselves. Like there's still a chance, maybe even a 50-50 chance that you don't quite know exactly who you are, and you might just believe the lies and illusions that are thrown your way. Like you don't know how, like your confidence and courage that's been established in the Queen of Wands is wavering just enough that could lower your frequency to actually be manipulated or impacted by whatever this intended cause may be. But that's the thing, it's like you close that cycle of where you didn't think as highly of yourself as you had evidence to do so, or where you allowed yourself to be in agreement even by ways of your habits, your actions, your impulses with a lower vibrational frequency that would have made you more vulnerable to mystical projections. You're not in that cycle anymore. Like you closed the door on that hard life. That hard knock life is not where you live anymore. That's not your address. You're literally going, or have already relocated to some other place of self-awareness, and not just awareness, but assuredness with the Queen of Wands. Okay, thank you, Spirit, because the life support thing was kind of rough, but I hope that you got what I was saying on that too, and it transmits clearly. It's like those low vibes don't have a place to sustain themselves within you anymore, so therefore, as soon as you take the machine away, it's like it doesn't breathe anymore. It's like there's nothing to keep it going. And so that's why like, come on now, Eight of Wands, moving on, flourishing, thriving. And this could also be the energetic attacks too, like trying to hurl that, like I said, everything but the kitchen sink at you, but where to? It's like, what what are the coordinates of location, because if it's toward a person that is still, insecure and unsure and shy and afraid to speak up, or afraid to express themselves, or fixated on what people think, or too careful to consider other people's feelings above her own, or if it's to that location, it's going to be like a nobody's home type of situation. Like, you keep on knocking, but you can't get in. And in the upright, as I'm so glad I was guided to place it, that's what's protecting this wealth, this legacy. That's what keeps that energetic force at bay. And that's what they really want. They want access to whatever you may be the gatekeeper for or of. And they feel like if they can break down the gate, then they can have full range access. But it just ain't gonna work like that, because now in the New World Order, you got to have a key, or you can't even approach. I mean, it's a gated community, as a matter of fact, as the Ten of Pentacles would be. That's exuberant wealth. You ain't just walking up, knocking on the door of someone in possession of the Ten of Pentacles. You're not just going to walk up to the ATM and make a withdrawal. No, their money's locked away in trust and financial institutions that are guarded, and in investments and things that have high value. You probably can't even really approach them on the street and expect to get too much out of them, because it's just not a cash on hand type of energy. So every way that they're looking to hit a lick is more or less being blocked. It don't stop from trying, but obviously with the Eight of Wands here. But let's see what's next after the Eight of Wands. Backfire. Like I said, there's all that energy coming right back from whence it came. A total backfire. Immediate backfire at that. And this is on account of just being stuck in this low frequency of greed and this intention for, I don't even know, turmoil. It's like a glutton for punishment, it seems to me at this point. But it just feels like just being possessed by obsession. That's what it is. Because if anybody was in their right mind, clear thinking, focused on what works for them, they would able to see handwriting on the wall that their efforts are ill-matched. And they, like I said, it's like, do you even know what the transits are right now that you're playing these types of games? Laid to rest, okay? But basically, ooh. Child, somebody fitting to be on life support if they don't quit playing. If they ain't already, because they wouldn't quit playing. And life support would be the mild repercussion, because really this could just be total elimination. Somebody's actual funeral right here. Let me get one more. I don't never say nothing for no reason. this is like an ex-wife in this energy. What is she looking at? I just got to know. What's she looking at? Gotta know. Cause she looking forward to something. It's like, like, are you even thoughtful that your partner is over here laid out? You got your back turned, entertaining the next prospect? Oh, come on, somebody. This can't be life for somebody. Already on to the next? Hold up. Let me get one more next to the queen. Wow. Completely unbothered is what it's feeling like. Like, oh well. Damn. But feel me that the backfire is happening to a duo, a not so dynamic duo as it appears in the devil energy. So it ain't but so far you gonna go with that attitude. It's like, ooh. It's like all she worried about is what's been left behind, what's in it for me, or like I said, just on to the next. Can we read the will, please? You know, the damn shit. Ooh, or somebody has power of attorney and somebody's incapacitated. Oh shit. And somebody's incapacitated. But this is like the Queen of Swords energy. That's not the one you want to have in charge of pulling the plug, because she finna be like, a vegetable, you say? Oh, well, there's no quality of life in that, now is it? Beep, beep, beep. That's fucked up. Like, she ain't even gonna hardly think about it. Matter of fact, she been probably betting on it or hoping for it. Shit, she might have caused the goddamn attack. Oh, Lord, what is this today? How does this tie into the Pluto? That Pluto in Aquarius, that transition is already intense enough, but it's squaring the moon and Jupiter. I'm sorry, it opposing the moon and Jupiter squaring the moon, Jupiter being that expansive energy. Oh my gosh. This ain't the time to be effing around. That's what I'm saying. Like, well, maybe she knew her up under the moon and the Queen of Swords. That's what I'm saying. Maybe she put him up and he ain't quite knowing or has been, somebody been made a sacrifice. And look, this one almost popped up. What's in it for me? Can we have the reading of the will, please? She knew. I ain't gonna take this, it's too many, but let's just see what it is. Here is the Page of Pentacles, the reading of the will, please. Damn. This is, and I'm gonna say this how I feel. Ooh, yes, moving on to something, some new contract, or this is like even like a side contract that she had. This just took a whole nother turn. But I told you when I saw that Queen of Wands, I said it could either be the Queen of Wands projecting or being the projected target. And that face-off between the two, it's like, you don't really want to deal with a Queen of Wands even in the struggle position. That's some nasty energy. And a Queen of Swords up under the moon where you don't really know what her motives are, but she does. her ulterior motives are very conniving and cunning, to say the least. And that square here, this 90-degree angle, no bueno. The other day, I saw a clip of Family Feud, and the topic was, name something that you wouldn't want others to do on to your grave after you died. And there were a whole bunch of answers. But the one that I said, which nobody else said, was dance. And that's what this energy gave me, 3 of Cups, as soon as I saw it. That somebody got the news and that it's like a celebratory, it's literally like celebration, and then, okay, now what's the next plan? What's the next plan of action? Literally on to the next. Or will, if this hasn't happened yet. Literally will, if this hasn't happened yet. Damn, that's effed up. But somebody might, I don't know. Like I said, or because they have power of attorney, literally this person has the power over this person's affairs, you know? They can make moves with it and justifiably without any consent or overhead. But something got to happen, because ain't no way, especially up under the moon, it seems like there's something to be revealed here. And whereas it was, let's see what's coming up next, where it was thought to be a celebration, it ain't gonna be so. Not at least not what was anticipated. Because the Ace of Swords is still the Ace of Swords. Although it definitely confirmed what I was saying, you can't get around the truth, divine truth and clarity. So it's even like now with this Queen of Swords, is given that she's trying to resist the truth or reality. Maybe, like I said, cunning. Got a plan, got something going on in the works to kind of combat the truth for her own favor. So this is somebody, like I said, that either is just making hella moves with, or has the intention to, because I'm loving how this Ace of Swords is kind of like a blockage to some degree. Has the intentions that as soon as he is either incapacitated, disabled, or deceased, God forbid, that she just gonna be on, busting all types of moves and living her best life. And that was the thing that was going on under the surface, behind the scenes. That was the intention. But like I said, the Ace of Swords is still the truth no matter what. So that it doesn't seem, let's see, let me get a couple more on the bottom. I feel like it's going to be a surprise ending for her. Yep, with the Hermit card, something that wasn't accounted for or seen. And this is ancestral energy, like, like, no, you're not. Oh, no, you're not. You're not entitled to this legacy. This has a specific name and energy signature attached to it. You're not just walking up, like I said, you're not just going to walk up to the door and knock. You're not just going to go to the ATM or go to the bank and make a withdrawal. It's like, what qualifies you to be, I don't give a shit what name is on what document, because it's the type of person that will forge, like I said, combating the truth, that will forge documents in her favor to present herself to be the rightful beneficiary to someone's fortune or assets in some way, shape, or form. And we know the devil's here is diabolical, and I already said it was going to backfire. So, child, this is a damn mess. All right, let's see. That was almost the 3 of Swords. Let me get another one next to this Hermit. I kind of want to see what the Hermit is looking at, honestly. I might go back and see. All right, we got, here's the Judge. The judge is like, wait a minute. Oh, wow. In favor of what? The King of Swords, which would be the counterpart, perhaps the disenfranchised being here. We're not going to say deceased altogether, because I like the fact that he is at least alive and well, or at least alive, let's say, here with the King of Swords. So maybe maybe the demise that she anticipated was not final, or won't be final, or like I said, even in the event of his passing, there's still some legalities that have been put in place that would halt any fraudulent activity. And it was like that's the surprise ending, because it wasn't anticipated that he had the time, the energy, the wherewithal, like he just, the King of Swords is a genius too, just like the Queen of Swords. So it's like she didn't realize that maybe he would have had the wisdom to maybe perhaps put his authenticated documents in the hands of someone that could be trusted, i.e. the Hierophant here, in case of an unfortunate circumstance. Like, I know I can't trust her ass, so let me put this with somebody that if anything happens to me type of energy. Like, wow, this is like a soap opera. All right, hold on, let me see what I just want to see what the Hermit is. I mean, it seems like it could be pretty clear, but just to feel contented. Ooh, with the, interesting. Hold up, hold on now. Wow, hold on. Hold up, so the King of, hold on now. I'm gonna just say it how I feel it. Because here's the Queen of Wands and here's the King of Wands, okay? And we started off with them, her, now I'm saying them, but them, yeah, because there's partnership in this Ten of Pentacles, right? There was struggle here, as if there was some tug of war for assets and life force is what it comes down to. They was both in on this, so his demise is actually karmic and more or less, like, that's why, like I said, a backfire for some unjust intentions. And now it's like, it's not only is the Hermit shedding light on the real of what she's trying to get away with, it seems like that the real is even more mysterious than that, because perhaps it's on account of what they both weren't entitled to. This fortune, this wealth, this identity that belongs to someone else. And it's like she one-upped him to get away with the bag, or was, eagerly anticipating his own elimination to get away with the bag. But the truth is what has stopped it all. And it's like, even if it was in the event of his passing, whatever this illumination of the receipts with the Hermit card actually is, because this is like some proper examination of truth here by an energy in this regard that, hold on, let me see what's on, because I want to say that with the Hierophant, it's a judge that is of high honor, like someone that can be trusted. Because I know a lot of times with these judges lately and the Hierophant energy, it hasn't been very honorable and upright, even when it comes out upright for me. But I don't get that vibe here. I get that some unexpected determination was made, perhaps that was triggered by his. That's probably the funny thing, that she probably triggered this outcome, but this outcome is probably what triggered the exposure of the whole operation, so that now, even if he was or is to survive, neither one of them would be privy to this fortune, because it's going to be exposed what was happening under the dark, that they're not rightfully entitled to it. It's stolen goods. Let me just get two more. Wow, look at what the, if I said, here's the collaboration with the Three of Pentacles, and here is the Seven of Wands. And for me, this isn't just trying to protect your assets or protect your energy. This is like having to defend yourself, perhaps even legally. Having to defend yourself, or trying to defend your position to hold on to whatever it is was colluded for in this Three of Pentacles. And I always say, with the Three of Pentacles lately, it gives me bank vibes, courthouse, definitely, because of those archways and like how it's very ornate in its architecture. It gives me like old banks, like I said, you're not just going to come in and what are they doing but examining some documents. And it kind of feels, I'm not going to lie, it kind of feels like, well, it could be, I don't know. It feels retrospective too, like almost like a memory is how I'm looking at it right now, like something that had happened, where this couple forged their way into some fortune that they didn't have any true authorization or entitlement to, and everything completely backfired. And the incessant intention to lay claim to this energy in this moon frequency, even amidst the fact, like I said, that it's over, that it's all been turned over. It was like, it's like some new, I can't even say new motivation, because it just seems like a desperate attempt, as it would be with the Seven of Wands, to really just hold on to whatever you can. And the desperation could have come by way, as I said, with this Queen of Swords feeling like, well, hell, maybe he gotta go. Maybe if I could get him, maybe he was effing up, he wasn't getting the job done. If I could get his ass out the way, then I could take over things from here. Maybe he was feeling the same, and that's what the backfire, that's how the backfire happened. We know there's no honor among thieves. So something backfired here in the intentions that were projected, but it didn't land where it was intended. It came back to the source of this force, which is whomever this couple is. And it's been reinforced, this backfire now. Remember I said a lot of things have been going on in the spiritual world, hence this mystical energy here, right? But what had happened is they didn't read the signs of how that energy of concealing that mysticism and almost cloaking it has come to a close successfully, mainly because people have become aware not only of what to protect themselves from, but also of their own energy, of the fact that they have the power to protect themselves, to reject certain forces, to elevate their frequency, to not be so much of a breeding ground or a vulnerability to such forces. So if you can't lower somebody's energy for mystical work, like I said, it has nowhere to grow. It has nowhere to thrive or live. And that energy is only going to come back to where it came from. And that's what happened here. And then it send them into desperation mode to do anything to recoup, even against one another, because the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords are definitely two partners that are on, that have severed ties, especially given that they're literally on two different levels here. And if he became somewhat of a sacrifice in some way, shape, or form, like I said, it could be that he's incapacitated mentally, like in a facility somewhere, not able, she done had him committed, like he can't make decisions for himself, so she could exalt herself as, like I said, the executor of the estate. Or there could have actually have been an accident where he became incapacitated, if not actually deceased. And that's really sad. But she thought that that was going to be the ultimate gateway to the prize. But like I said, the Ace of Swords is always going to be the Ace of Swords, and you cannot get around the truth. It will present, like, even in his wake, if it be so, or even as he can't speak for himself, it's like something was already put in place, whether it was from a celestial standpoint with the Hermit card, ancestors, way showers, like some intangible force that is still protecting this process, or an actual, maybe both, maybe both, that this Hierophant, this judge, was privy to some enlightenment to actually see what's really going on here. Like, hold up, you ain't her and you ain't him. What? Or, at least like something's going on here. Something's faulty about this marriage, something's faulty about their identities, and something's faulty about whatever claim was being staked in this fortune. It's all faulty. And it was all a plot and plan from jump, which is why I'm looking at this as like a memory, because this is where they were on the same page. They were on one accord. Look at the trajectory here, this triangle. Maybe even in cahoots with some type of officer. That's why I was like, I don't know about this Hierophant. Sometimes you never know, because it could be him being exposed as well too, or maybe him turning over a new leaf because of the unfolding of events as they have been, and that's him trying to protect himself. Like, well, shit, I ain't going down for all this. And now he telling. He at least wanted to preserve some, some remnant of his own life force rather than go down completely. Because seeing the karmic events pan out as they are, he could only imagine, if he is a part of this and not for, the honor of it all, that it's only a matter of time before he get hit too. Especially in the mystical aspect of it all, when that, like, how Pluto, child, it ain't the time. It's not the time to be playing around. It's like a Death Star in the realm right now. And if you caught slipping, trying to finesse the spirit, finesse the system, it will not end well for you. And that's all that is. Yeah, exactly. And here's the Empress card. Trying to finesse higher powers that, and this is literally that, because it's like, what's the Knight of Cups going to offer to an Empress that's not going to be tainted, that's not going to have some ulterior motive or, intention for harm or misdirection or interference? There's nothing that a Knight of Cups needs to offer to an Empress that she doesn't already have. It's imbalanced. It's something fishy going on here. It's like this energy trying to finesse its way into this courtship, like literally into some prestigious place in the court. That's what was going on here. It's like, you be a knight, protect the kingdom as you're supposed to. You'll get just due what's just due to you, and let me do Empress things. let's like I said in the message, everybody stay in your lane. You don't need to prove yourself as anything more than what the Empress can't be the knight. She doesn't even have a desire to be the knight. That's not her position to play. So why can't the knight just be the knight? If everybody would learn to reverence their position of power, they would be empowered instead of falling into these pitfalls of wanting what the next man has or wanting more than what they are entitled to, or feeling like if they have this or that, that'll somehow magnify or elevate their prominence. All materially based, by the way. And again, an obsession with possession. That's where it all goes wrong. And that world cycle is over. No one is going to be rewarded for insisting to persist in that spirit. There's no place for that energy to breathe anymore. It's not prosperous. It doesn't yield fruit. It doesn't promote anything productive. It's literally DOA. As soon as you can even concoct an ambition or a story to get over on the next man or create casualties on account of your own selfish endeavors, it's going to be returned, first of all, blocked, and then returned back to you in exactly the package that you sent it out in. Maybe even worse, because Jupiter's in this mix right now. I told you, expansion of those intentions. So this is given that what you sent out, the Queen of Wands in the worst form, it only had one wand. It then came back 8 different ways. Backfired 8 different ways from that single intention. It's not the time. Do what makes you famous, what you can do best, what makes you shine, what makes you happy. You will absolutely succeed in that, for sure. It's foolproof that when you're moving in your authentic light, you can't help but make an impact. You can't help but shine. You can't help but be enlightened and illuminating. Other people will see you and be inspired. When you're trying to do something, be something, or have something that someone else has or does or is, it's never going to give what you intend for it to give. And so there lies the obsession, because you're always going to be trying to supplement that void or trying to overcompensate for the failure to measure up. Well, the scales were imbalanced to start. It was rigged to be wrong from the very beginning. So, as the sirens play, that's my cue to be out. Y'all be safe out here now, you hear? Not the time to be running around trying to do too much for too little. Keep it cute, keep it safe, keep it sound. Hell, keep it home if you can. Definitely be mindful of the energies that you are exposing yourself to, where you're going, and the vibes once you get there. All you can do is control the temperature within your own being. You certainly can't do so outside of yourself. So wherever it is that you can, cut the fat and preserve your energetic force, please do so. Please do so without hesitation or without apologies. Treat yourself like a celebrity for this transit. Like, you can't be seen everywhere. You can't be exposed to everyone. You can't be doing everything. Like, treat yourself like an A-list celebrity. Maybe not just through this transit, but moving forward, that you're a hot commodity to be supremely protected. High level, top flight security is a necessity, if not on the outside, certainly from within. Okay, so anyway, thank you for listening and watching. Have a wonderful new moon, full moon. Have a peaceful full moon nonetheless, with whatever you decide, however you receive this message. I pray it be in peace and passion, as it is full of passion with Leo energy and creativity, prosperity, fun for sure, and sensuality, just the highest vibrations that the light of the sun can admit, that you absorb it and release it respectively, and respectfully, hell, that too. All right, so until next time, as always, I leave you with peace.